Episode 11 Only Friends begins with Jenny and Sand sulking. He tells her that she should take a risk, but she scoffs that she will never find someone who truly loves her. Plug proves her wrong by returning. She agrees to open up to him, and they patch up. Top calls Mew to hang out, but he says he is meeting Chum. However, Top realizes that he is waiting for Boeing and confronts him. He accepts that he was horrible and is changing. But if Mew cannot forgive him, they should separate instead of him playing mind games. At work, Dan asks Nick to be his boyfriend. Nick says he likes him, but is not ready to be in a relationship. Ray shows up at the go-go bar looking for Sand but only finds his mother. She is happy to see him but guesses they are in a fight. As they talk, she observes that Sand cares for Ray. She says that if Ray is in the wrong, he should just make it up to him. Sand is drinking at Sun's club when Ray shows up. He apologizes and says he cannot live without Sand. They hug and then it cuts to them chilling in Ray's bathtub. Sand puts down some conditions like Ray limiting his drinking and getting checked, to which Ray agrees. Mew and Boeing talk about Top. Boeing thinks Top takes Mew for granted and that he should suffer more. He says that Top will never change and it is better to start anew as he tries to kiss Mew. However, Mew stops him, observing that Top is changing. He also notices that Boeing is only hitting on him to get revenge on Top. Boeing leaves, but not before saying that Top and Mew won't last. Nick and Boston come up with a plan to take down Adam. Nick hits on Adam and Boston takes a photo of them when they make out. Adam is indignant before saying he is just in love with Boston. Nick points out that he is latching on to the first person who walked in, and it is better to wait for someone who truly loves him. Meanwhile, Sand accompanies Ray to his community service and even helps him when he gets stuck while teaching the kids. Later, Ray asks if they should go to music festivals after he finishes rehab, and Sand is excited. Mew is decorating his mother's cafe when Top shows up to help. However, he has been avoiding Mew's calls and only came because he promised the ladies. He also refuses to crash in Mew's room after they are done. After dinner, while washing the dishes, Mew tries to stop Top from helping and they break a plate. Top asks if they can ever trust each other and Mew says it is not easy to forget what he did. Top asks what is the point of a second chance as they are both paranoid and will be stuck in a vicious cycle. Boeing approaches Sand at Yo's bar and is all smiles. Sand is curt but still seems to care about him. Mew talks to his mothers about Top. They advise that while he may not be able to forget, he should forgive. They tell him to move on instead of constantly bringing up Top's past wrong deeds. Top 2 arrives and asks for one last chance as he wonders if the invitation to stay over is still valid. They say they love each other and Top says he regrets what he did. Mew is honest as he says he will not be able to forget and may bring it up in the future. Top says he understands but to leave it for the future. For now, he will do his best to make Mew happy. Meanwhile, Sand and Ray are excited as they get their passports. Sand wishes to travel whenever he wants and Ray offers to take him everywhere. Sand declines, saying that when Ray makes it big on his own, then they can go. They goof around with a record before Sand tells him about Boeing meeting him. Ray asks if he should be jealous and then plays it cool as he boasts none of Sand's exes can compare to him. As for Adam, he finally tells Chum the truth and asks her not to be mad at Boston. He only said what he said because he was mad that Boston dropped him. She is conflicted but hugs Adam as she supports him no matter his sexual preference. Boston and Nick drink and hang out as they talk about Boston going to New York. Nick jokes that Boston should have an exhibition with the photos of everyone he has slept with, but Boston says that he will only take Nick's photos from now on. He adds that he did not want to get into a relationship as he is leaving, but he won't mind a long-distance one with Nick. Nick wonders why he would bother if he is leaving, but Boston says that he wants to use the time he has left to love him. He asks Nick to be his first boyfriend and they kiss, with Nick joking that he hasn't said yes yet. Mew takes Top to his place but reveals that he is selling it. Top asks him to move in so that they don't waste any more time together. Mew plays hard to get, but Top isn't deterred. They mess around, but Top asks Mew to seriously consider it. At Yo's bar, Ray gets San the guitar he was eyeing for as a birthday gift. They tease each other till Boing interrupts. Ray's demeanor changes as he introduces himself as San's boyfriend. He refuses to leave, but San tells him to go as he will just talk to Boing and head home. After Ray leaves, Boing hits on San, telling him that he regrets leaving him. He says if nothing else, he hopes they can be friends, and he touches Sand. He tries to go home with him, but Sand refuses. Ray shows up again, as it turns out he never left. On hearing that Boing wants to hang out with Sand, he invites them to his place. Sand is annoyed but tags along. Ray and Boing have a pool party while Sand looks wary. At the end of Only Friends episode 11, they get Sand to join them in the pool, with Boing looking smug while Ray seems determined. The episode review: this is the penultimate episode and there is still so much drama. How are they ever going to resolve it all in the finale? But Only Friends episode 11 just makes it that much more exciting. The Thai BL hasn't lost its touch even as it reaches the end. And unlike some ensemble stories, none of the characters are forgotten, not even the latecomers like Dan or Adam. Yo and Plug are so sweet. Don't give us such a cute couple and take them away from us so quickly. And Boing is so good, he has completely stolen the spotlight in just 2 episodes. However, the writers have completely messed it up with Boston. While him being messy and toxic was super fun initially, he has just been one note since then. There is no clarity on his motives or a redemption arc. Nick saying that Boston messed with his friends because he doesn't know how to show his love and wants to be loved does not make sense at all, so no. That scene of him crying in episode 10 did not sort out his storyline. So, can they fix his arc with just 1 episode left?